Hi, Jensen. It's a great honor to have you here with us today. Welcome back, Taiwan.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here.
You gave a Computex keynote, and what do you hope to achieve at Computex this year?
Well, this is the beginning of a new age in computing. You know that computers are not only just a vibrant industry, and one of the largest industries in the world is also the industry that underpins the bedrock of almost every other industry. And for 60 years, the computing model has been largely the same, general purpose computing. It's almost like having one appliance that's used for everything.
Yes.
Or one tool that's used for everything, general purpose. However, that tool over the years has improved so quickly that the fact that it was general purpose was a good thing. And unfortunately, the progress has slowed tremendously. The architecture of this instrument, this tool, limits its ability to continue to grow. And so at a time when the world's data and the amount of computation we want to do continues to grow exponentially, we need a new approach. And so we have discovered 20 years ago a new approach we call accelerated computing. And that foundation led to artificial intelligence, which now is reshaping the computer industry.
Of course.
And so we're at the beginning of the generative AI era, and it's reshaping every aspect of computing. And for Taiwan in the computer industry, this is very exciting because $1 trillion of data centers has been built, and of course hundreds of millions of computers have been built. And now we're in the beginning where all of it wants to be modernized,
yes,
improved in a very dramatic way. And so it creates enormous opportunity for Taiwan and all the companies here.
Yes, this time we are so eagerly anticipating the establishment of the Taiwan R&D Center. As far as I know, it is the first of its kind, the first one in Asia. So would you like to share with us what are the major factors that influence your decision on choosing Taiwan as location for this very important center?
Well, we have a very long history in Taiwan. A long time ago, when I was young and NVIDIA was young, I came to Taiwan to seek partners to help us build our chips. And I was fortunate to have the support of TSMC,
yes,
the packaging companies here in Taiwan, SPIL, many assembly companies here, Foxconn and ASUS and MSI and Quanta, and so many companies that helped us along the way. And so for over a quarter of a century now, over 25 years,
wow,
we've been doing
that's a long history.
Very long history with companies in Taiwan. And so that's one reason. Another reason is the technology excellence.
This is the ecosystem here?
The ecosystem is unparalleled. Every aspect of building chips and building computers are located here, all the way down to the most minute complex connectors that connect very high-speed cables are manufactured here. And so the technology is excellent. The work ethic of the people here are incredible, and the companies have a spirit of partnership, yes, that has really set Taiwan apart. And so I'm a huge fan of the company, the industry here, because it goes back with us for a very long time. And that's a good foundation. But Taiwan is the source of so much of our engineering, and we have hundreds of engineers here. And over the next 5 years, we're going to hire another 1,000 engineers here. And so we're going to set up our R&D center here, a major R&D center here. We're seeking for a large plot of land so that we can build a significant headquarters here.
Okay.
And so if anybody has some property they'd like to tell me about, please let me know.
Well, what a good news. Yeah. So with the R&D center is opening and the expected introduction of supercomputer, how would this benefit our, let's say, mid-business and startup?
Well, we started building a supercomputer here called Taipei 1. In the past generation, software was written by software engineers,
yes,
on a laptop. And today, it's impossible to write artificial intelligence software just with an engineer. You still need engineers, but you need a supercomputer in the back to help you write the software. The software is gigantic, It's incredible, and it does incredible things. It's software that no humans can write, and so you need a supercomputer to help you do it. Well, we built one here called Taipei 1, and it is the leading AI supercomputer here in Taiwan, and we're going to expand on it every single year because as we hire engineers, we need to give them supercomputers.
Wow.
And so Taipei 1 is going to grow quite significantly here. We also use Taipei 1 to collaborate with our partners. When MediaTek or TSMC or Foxconn are working with us on developing artificial intelligence software, Taipei 1 gives us a supercomputer to go do that. I would really urge Taiwan to invest in more AI supercomputers here. You know, this is the instrument of knowledge creation in the future. In the past, knowledge creation was largely done by humans. But in the future, the supercomputer is going to help us discover new knowledge that we couldn't discover ourselves.
Yes.
And so without an AI supercomputer, it's like a astronomer without a telescope. It's like a biologist without a microscope. It's like a genomicist who doesn't have a gene sequencing instrument.
Yes, yes.
You know, you have to have the instrument of science in order to advance the science.
Yes. Also on June 5th, many local entrepreneurs are invited to your summit. If AI technology is an ongoing revolution, how will these entrepreneurs collaborate with NVIDIA to ride on the wave of innovations?
This is really a great time because the whole industry has been reset. The computer architecture is reset from CPUs to now GPUs. Software is reset from instructions and programs to large language models, AI models. And the way you interact with a computer is reset. Instead of giving it commands or instructions that it follows, you tell the computer your intentions and it understands what you mean.
Yeah, they create.
They create a plan. They perform the task for you. And so this is a brand new generation. Everything is reset. So for entrepreneurs, this is a great time. If I were an entrepreneur, this is the best of times because you're at the starting lines of a new generation that's going to last 10, 15 years.
Yes, you certainly give us a future picture. Is it NVIDIA that is going to provide custom-made AI services to help companies in different industries? Somewhat like TSMC does for AI, is that right?
Yeah, we created, TSMC is an unbelievable chip foundry. The world needs an AI foundry. And the reason for that is because you want to create custom AI just like you want to create custom chips.
Yes.
Without TSMC, NVIDIA would have no GPUs. We needed someone with the semiconductor technology, the process for manufacturing, the manufacturing scale with factories, and of course the engineers to work with us, the service engineers. AI needs the same thing. NVIDIA has the technology, we have the process and methodology of creating AIs, and we have, of course, a very large scale of AI supercomputers. We could help customers build their custom AIs. We've done so for ServiceNow. We're working with SAP. We're working with Cadence. We're working with many companies. And these companies are building their own custom AI so that those AIs are skills that they could rent to their customers. In the future, all of these platforms will not only have tools that they offer today, but AI agents that they can rent out as employees, if you will.
Is it mainly because of Blackwell that enables the vision?
Blackwell is the supercomputer underneath. Without a great supercomputer, without a great AI factory, you cannot be an AI foundry. Blackwell are the instruments inside our factories.
Yes.
In a lot of ways, you know, Blackwell is to us what ASML is to TSMC. It's an instrument that is inside the factory that is really quite essential.
Speaking of TSMC, we know that TSMC and Samsung are two major players of your foundry operation. However, diversifying supply chain must be a long-term and critical strategies for NVIDIA. So from your point of view, what are the qualifications that the foundry must possess in order to provide chip of quality comparable to TSMC? Please tell us more about your partnership with TSMC.
Well, diversity and redundancy is essential to every company's resilience.
Yes.
And wherever we can, we seek out diversity. Wherever we can, we seek out redundancy. But the technology that is available from TSMC is quite extraordinary. And it's quite extraordinary in multiple ways. First of all, their technology is excellent. It's of course, the semiconductor technology, but designing the transistor and manufacturing at scale, the complexity of the products that they do for us is really quite extraordinary. Remember, NVIDIA builds supercomputers. Most countries would build a supercomputer every 4 or 5 years. We are building supercomputers, AI factories, every single day. We manufacture them at scale. And to manufacture it at scale is not just one GPU for us. It's GPU, CPU, networking chips, switch chips. There are so many chips. I think there's like 7 different chips in one of our AI factories. And these AI factories are gigantic. Manufacturing this is not for the faint of heart. And so TSMC does that extraordinarily well. TSMC, of course, is also incredibly agile. It's quite extraordinary to see a company that builds custom products do it at the volume that they do with the agility that they have. It's almost like going to McDonald's and they manufacture things at high volume, but you could ask for it however you like it.
Wow.
You know, it's kind of an extraordinary thing. Or you go to a fine restaurant and the food is incredible. However, you want it now in volume, and they do that at scale. It's quite an extraordinary thing what they do to balance the technology expertise, the sensation, the feeling that they are here just for you. And every day I'm changing my plans, and they have just no trouble.
You do?
Oh yeah, sure.
What a client.
It's incredible what they do for us. But that's what it takes. That's what it takes to be a foundry.
Yes. Well, we are now all in an AI era. In the foreseeable future, AI would be everywhere. We're still so worried that maybe one day AI will be beyond our control, thinking and deciding on its own. Could that ever happen?
Well, we can't let it happen. And so, as you know, autonomous and automatic technologies has to be built carefully. A plane is automatic. It has autopilot. It is possible to take off a plane without a pilot inside, have the plane fly wherever it wants to fly, and land wherever it wants to land, completely autonomously. Of course, we would not let that happen. The safety system associated with air travel alone, the pilots, the redundant autopilot systems, the air traffic controls, all of the other pilots keeping an eye on the pilot, the number of safeguards that are designed into the airline industry keeps it safe. Our conversation about AI and this conversation about safe AI ensures that over time we'll have many safeguards so that it's a little bit like autopilot. It's a little bit like a plane that we're in, and it provides the service that it provides. It has to follow regulations. It has to be designed with great craft. There are all kinds of engineering expertise, and then safeguards that are surrounding it in every single direction.
Jensen, you personally delivered the DGX H2000 GPU to Ultimate. That really encourages us to think big about how will generative AI achieve in the future. What are your thoughts on AI's ultimate potential?
Well, AI's ultimate potential is to help accelerate the discovery of knowledge for us, to work with us to discover knowledge. Of course, in the near term, it has a large spectrum of opportunities, from the convenient and delightful chatbots and player characters to play with you in games, and to convenience to help you with customer service, which, as we know, customer service and helping customers in a reactive way costs a lot of money. In a proactive way, nobody even does. And yet, every company would love to be proactively providing customer service to their customers, to reach out to a patient and make sure that they take their medication. That's something that nobody would imagine doing today. You can do that with AI to keep your elderly safe, and people who are just come back from the hospital, to make sure that they're taking their medication and that they're taking care of themselves properly. And AI customer service can contact you, and a digital human could interact with you and engage with you in a way that, you know, is quite realistic. And so from the joyful to the convenient, help us do our everyday chores and email every single day when I get to work. A nice report has already been generated about all the important things that happen in my day and so on and so forth. Basically virtual assistants that help you be more productive, to helping companies drive more productivity. As we know, today the greatest challenge is inflation.
Yes.
We're seeing inflation everywhere. When there's inflation, everybody, whatever they make, is the buying power is so substantially less. It puts a lot of hardship on families. We need to make sure that inflation is put under control, and inflation needs productivity to bring it back into control.
Yes.
And so I think AI could also help us with productivity.
Yeah. Nowadays, more and more AI information centers are built up around the world. However, they all consume lots of power. So what are your concerns on power shortage in terms of its impact on the development of AI?
In the near term, we do have a great deal of power challenges. And so whatever power we have to put the best equipment into it so that the companies could be productive. However, this is the great opportunity. AI doesn't care where it learns. AI doesn't care where it goes to school. The world has actually an abundance of energy. They're just in the wrong place. Obviously,
sounds very philosophical.
Well, no, it's not philosophical. It's mathematical. The amount of energy that we get from the sun, the amount of energy we get from thermal from sustainable energy is quite high. It's just in the wrong place.
Yes.
It's in places where people don't live. They're in deserts. They're in, places that are quite cold. They're in places that are not the most delightful places with wonderful climate and beachfront properties and things like that. And so of course, we need to go make sure that those areas have power generation capabilities. Then we can put data centers there. We could train our AI models there. And when they graduate, we bring the AI models back and use it wherever we like to use it. And so I think in the future, you'll probably see data centers being built in countries that currently are far away from population, far away from the power grid. And there's no reason to build batteries. Just use the energy, train AI models, and bring a trained AI model back to population.
Jensen, how do you think of the Moore's law? Is it still accurate in the AI time?
Moore's law a long time ago reflected the increase in density of transistors. And then, because the most important chip on the planet was a CPU, Moore's law reflected the performance of CPUs for about 30 years. In the context of CPU scaling, CPU performance scaling, that has largely ended. And so we need another approach for continuing to scale the computing power and the computing capabilities. Accelerated computing is clearly the right approach going forward. Everything that can be accelerated should be accelerated. Every data center will be accelerated. And we should use AI as much as we can because AI is incredibly efficient.
Yeah, nowadays the application of AI is reaching almost every dimension of our lives. However, human Android robot doesn't popularize now. When do you think it might become a popular product? And if it does so, how will you envision it might tremendously change our lives?
Humanoid robotics will be as common as cars are today. You got to imagine what a car looks like 100 years ago on the street. What a strange instrument going down the street by itself without a horse in front of it. And so I think 100 years from now, it's very clear we'll have humanoid robots everywhere. It will likely be the largest volume mechanical system the world makes.
Won't be another 100 years ahead, right? Won't be that long.
The beautiful thing about vision is you start from the future and then you work your way back. It's a lot easier than starting from the present and work your way forward. Because of course, the future is easier to predict. Next week is very hard to predict. Next year is very hard to predict. But long term is incredibly easy to predict. And so I think working our way back is easy. Now the question is, if it's clear, so mundane, so commonplace in 100 years, when would it become quite commonplace now? Well, the world needs a lot more manufacturing capability. The number of manufacturers in the world is quite low. Labor force is quite short. And as a result, we're going to continue to see inflation. There are many things that a robot can make that no humans can make or safely make. And so there are things that only robots should build. And so I think it's very clear that we need to have robotics technology. The challenge, of course, is the technology itself is incredibly hard. A robot that understands the physical world, that understands the laws of physics, that when it sets this down on a table, it won't go through it, that it could set it down and leave it. It has to understand all of these common sense things that children somehow learned over the years. And so we have to teach these things to AIs.
I see.
And of course, the common sense, the ability to understand us, all of that technology is evolving very, very quickly. And I think that over the next 2 or 3 years, you're going to see quite significant breakthroughs.
Yeah. Speaking of prediction, in one of your previous interviews, you predicted that within 10 years, the deep learning computation would be a million times advanced from now. So by then, there's going to be 10 million people employed for programming and decoding while leaving the other 8 billions behind. In such an AI-driven world, does that suggest the lives and survives of the majority will be purely determined by the handful of AI technology experts?
Well, AI has this incredible capability to reduce the cost of knowledge. Reducing the cost of learning has the potential to lift society. You put nurses, digital nurses, AI nurses, in developing countries that can't afford to have nurses. You put, AI doctors in countries that can't afford to have AI doctors, can't afford to have doctors. And so all of these different capabilities escalate and raise the capabilities of the developing countries and people who don't have access. Now, the other thing that's really quite clear is that AI is incredibly good at understanding what you need, so you don't have to program it. For the very first time, you have a computer that you don't have to program with a language that most people don't know, computer programs. Anybody can program a computer now. Just go to ChatGPT and ask it to do it. So if you know how to express your intentions, you could communicate with an AI and the AI can write the program for you. So now everybody is a computer programmer. What an amazing thing that we've done. And so we've raised the capability of everyone. We've lowered the access to knowledge and capability, and that should lift all of society.
So we should stay optimistic.
I think the future is going to be really terrific.
Yes. Jensen, does NVIDIA truly face no significant competitors? For example, there's a newly established foundation in the States called UXO, composed of many IT giants, aiming at building, they say, multi-vendor, multi-architectural software ecosystem for all accelerators. Some say it targets and tries to challenge CUDA. My question is, what are your plans on maintaining NVIDIA leading over all the competitors?
Well, we've built some very important systems in the last 20 years. CUDA, of course, is one of the greatest contributions to computer science the world's ever known. And it brought to reality this new approach of computing called accelerated computing, which the world needs. A new type of switch system that was introduced recognizes the importance of NVLink. We've been creating this switch now for 5 generations. We've been working on it for about a decade. And people have now realized the importance of such a switching system. It's a computing fabric, not a networking switch, but it's a computing fabric switch. The technology is incredible. It's incredibly complicated. We've been working on it for a decade. And now the world realized the importance of that. And that's good. That's good. I think it recognizes that the work that we do contributes to the industry and to computer science. And our focus as a company, we're a market maker. That's the nature of our company, to dream about the future. Notice all the conversation we have so far is about the future. What technology could do, what technology will be like. We're constantly inside our company thinking about what would the future be like? How can we contribute to inventing this better future? And what can we do today that would lead to a great prosperity for the industry in the future? We're always thinking about expanding the market, creating new markets. We're a market maker not share taker. That's not our nature. And so we tend to invent the future rather than go copy someone else, and we'll focus on that.
Core value.
That's something that is really deep in our company.
Jensen, you must have made many key decisions that shape NVIDIA's success today. You mentioned using early indicators of success to guide the company. Would you like to talk more about these early indicators? How to find them along the way?
Many managers and many people have said that the only thing that matters is results. Results, results, results. Always focused on the results. And I've always felt different about that. And I wanted our company not to worry about the results, but to worry about doing the right things.
Well,
that leads to results. Play the game, not the score. Just do your best. Go to school, take the right classes, do your best, do your homework, dedicate yourself to being a good student. The grades will take care of itself. If you go backwards and you teach the children just focus on the grades, they'll take easier classes. They'll focus on just doing well in class and in tests but not learning. And they might learn the wrong things. They might take less risk. They might challenge themselves less. I would prefer that our company challenges itself more. Discover unknown things. Do things that no one else has ever done before. And be willing to fail. And be willing to learn along the way. Rather than, I want you to deliver growth, 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 growth. Or gross margin, gross margin, gross margin, or whatever results. You can't control those things. Don't worry about those things. And so I created a system called Early Indicators of Future Success. Don't worry about future success. Worry about the early indicators of future success. And so what are some of the things of early indicators? You decide for yourself. What are the early indicators that you believe will lead to future success? And that's why our company focuses on that. We don't let somebody else decide for us what's the definition of success. We create it ourselves. And that's why the company has to go create those indicators, work on those indicators, don't worry about anything else, and the results will take care of itself.
You also emphasized the importance of core belief or core value. However, Jensen, we are living in an era full of cynicism. Would you like to elaborate for our young generation, based on your experience, how to hold on the core belief or core value, especially when time becomes really difficult?
Well, I can only talk from my life experience. Building NVIDIA was really difficult. And there's nobody at the company who's been there a long time, or even my partners that has worked with us here in Taiwan over the years would tell you that creating NVIDIA was easy. This is a company that was very difficult to create. And the reason for that is because we had such large ambitions and it took so long to do it. The technology is hard. Inventing a whole new computing approach hasn't been done in 60 years. It doesn't happen very much. And so the ambition is great, the work is hard, and we had a lot of challenges along the way. But the suffering is what made us great. Just as in all craft, just as in all people, a life experience that is filled with, of course, optimism about the future, confidence in yourself, but suffering along the way galvanizes great character. And so I appreciate my past, and I appreciate all the work that my partners have done for me, and all the companies here that have supported me along the way. I appreciate them so deeply because of the suffering that we've endured and their partnership along the way. All the employees that made NVIDIA possible, it makes me appreciate them even more and appreciate the company more and where we are more. And so I think I don't think the young people should be too disturbed by suffering. It's a good thing. It's a blessing. And but be optimistic about the future. Be generous to people. Be kind to people. Help other people. Those are all the things that have helped me. And like I said, focus on the game, and the score will take care of itself.
That's very fruitful. NVIDIA's stock price hits its new high recently, and so has your value. What does that mean to you?
Absolutely nothing. I was trying to think of a good answer. Nobody treat me any different, and I still have a mountain of work in front of me, and so nothing has changed.
用 AI 塑胶盒里的莲藕糕，但紫色芋头口味出现至少3处发霉斑点，另一块绿豆口味也疑似有霉斑。消费者说，6月3号到阳明山知名餐厅吃白斩鸡，买了店家自制糕点，吃到剩下几个后才发现，竟然大发霉。 实际来到餐厅，员工正在备餐，要因应廉价人潮，还没营业，外头就开始排队。控诉消费者说，当天买当天马上吃，没放超过2个小时以上或隔夜。
如果真的有这个问题的时候，我们就跟他先道个歉啊。那如果他有机会再上来山上的话，我们愿意就是双倍的价钱。
业者解释，近来梅雨季潮湿，加上山上山下温差大，豆类制品容易发酵，怀疑可能因此发霉，愿意赔偿。但消费者不满，当下反映时，店家处理只回应下次去会送一道菜，
将派员前往依食品良好卫生规范准则进行稽查，并针对作业流程、作业场所及人员卫生加强查核。
卫生局说，如果查到缺失，业者限期没改善，将依食安法处6万到2亿元罚锾。另外也提醒，制作食品时应经过适当冷却再包装，民众购买后没吃完，要尽速放冰箱冷藏，复热时充分加热，避免炎热天气食品腐败变质，吃了伤身。TVBS 新闻综合报道。
想看最完整的新闻内容，记得下载 TVBS 新闻网 APP。
225块，395块。哎，好有气氛哦！来，看，这是生吃吗？这是什么？
我们刚才就在想说，你应该要站在谁是被害者的最旁边才会。
我应该是在最旁边，这是我精心设计。我今天是一个问号 question， 所以我就是
就是连衣服都这么用心，亲自带悬疑感上阵宣传。4年前的烧夯台剧《谁是被害者》，现在终于要出第2季。
方医院犯罪嫌疑重大，而且有逃亡之余，立刻发布紧急具体。
张孝全、徐伟宁、李牧等人原班人马回归，但这一季很特别，好久不见的歌手苏慧伦睽违12年再当演员，实力演出。
因为真的太久没有演戏的感觉，就要很投入在那个角色。那个角色可能有很多的经验，并不是我的日常生活里面有的。像我这次演的是法医，
自己光是要学会用手术刀，还要看遗体验尸，对演技和心理都是一大考验。好久不见的也有张孝全，2个人其实20年前就有合作。
学姐的印象就是很好，就觉得跟她一起拍戏很有默契。过了20年，就是都有了孩子，有了什么10几年前的那个感觉又回来了。
抓重点，都有孩子。第1季结束这4年，张孝全儿子也5岁了，当爸似乎比拍戏还难。
他是一个话痨。回家就开始一直讲话，然后是不会停的。他一讲到没话讲，他就会开始乱掰。就是有时候讲到你不得不放空。
或许戏外的父亲经验能够让戏内与李牧的父女情感更加细腻，而李牧也表示
Sure。
NVIDIA's stock price hits its new high recently, and so has your value. What does that mean to you?
Absolutely nothing. I was trying to think of a good answer, but I still wake up the same time. I still work the same way. I ate the same things. I love all the same things. I love all the same people. Nobody treat me any different. And I still have a mountain of work in front of me. And so nothing has changed.
Yep.
And I think that that's probably one of the great things about our company and one of the good habits that I have, irrespective of adversity or failure. I pick up and go back to work the next day just the same way.
Nowadays, R&D of AI has been regarded as national power. I think most of the American AI companies are facing the same situation, that the US government continue to restrict AI companies from selling high-tech products to China. So how does NVIDIA manage these regulations, except downgrading chip of quality, export to China, keep the market share? I mean, what are your strategies in doing business in China?
Well, we have a duty to comply with whatever policies that are handed down, and but beyond that, we also have a responsibility to be as successful as we can, and so we'll comply with the regulations, build products that are exportable, and serve our customers in China the best we possibly can. We have some really important partners there and customers there. They've been very good to us over the years. It's a very important market. It's a very large market, and so we comply with the regulations. We build the best products that we can to be as competitive as we can, and serve our customers the best we possibly can. And so we balance those two goals just fine. And so we'll do our best.
Yes, Jensen, now you're among nearly 24 business and tech elites to join the Artificial Intelligence, Security and Safe Board. That is to give advice to DHS in order to protect economy from any threats posed by AI. Why did you join the board, and what do you hope to achieve there?
I think that everybody should, all the technology companies should engage in advocating for and doing our best to ensure the safe development of AI. This is a new technology that is advancing very quickly. We need to advance it quickly, number one, so that it could be safe to use. Just like a car needs to be advanced in technology so it's safe to drive. Just like we would prefer that our planes were the most advanced, because the most advanced planes are the safest planes. And so we would like to advance the AI so that it could be safe, that it could function properly. On the other hand, because this is an automation technology, we have to make sure that the safeguards, the guardrails, the policies are put in place so that we could properly advance the technology safely. Wherever we can contribute to the advancement of safe AI, we should try to do that. And when we were invited to do it, I was very delighted to be part of it.
I was very surprised, to see Morris Chang visiting night markets in the late evening with you on TV.
I think it was Morris's first time at the night market.
Really?
Yeah, he wanted to go. And we had oyster fried pancakes, and we had some shaved ice. He really enjoyed it. And mostly, we just enjoy each other's company.
我刚刚去大陆回来嘛，然后他们现在是连卡都不拿了，我真的不知道我到底花多少钱，因为我一整天都在一直在找钱，
因为你一张钞票都没看到。对，
然后如果你是刷卡，银行会现在都有 app 会通知你刷了多少钱，你就说哦，
你信用卡一刷就几十万，那个不可能低到几十万，那不是每个人跟你一样刷几十万。
TVBS 欢乐台42频道，周一到周五晚间8点，拜托 ATM。
最特别这个8字形的摩天轮哦，
全球唯一，
一次带给时尚的观众朋友们，
这么多蛋挞
马拉松。
战争、中东战火、东北亚局势恶化、古巴新导弹危机，全球将面临和平的希望，还是一触即发的导火线？瑞士和平峰会聚焦全球热点，新闻大白话，国民大会，少康战情室，解读世界未来走向。锁定 TVBS 56频道，全球热战危机特别报道。
带环保袋或者是环保杯，节约用水，
少吃牛肉或是猪肉。你知道曾经有一架飞机载了几只牛，一上飞机飞上去一直在放屁，已经快着火了，就下来了。
真的、啊？
假的？
真的。
甲烷气会燃烧，
牛被迁到北极去，哎，它变成一个这个运动品牌了，叫牛被冷死 ，New Balance。你把它打叉好吧
？TVBS 欢乐台42频道，周一到周五晚间8点，拜托 ATM。在 TVBS 超越自己，多元培育未来主人翁。
我有一些想法想要表达出来，
自信表达，赢在说话。
最大的突破就是我觉得我变得更勇敢，
拥有关键核心能力，
在黑暗当中训练你表达的技巧，
领先起跑点，黑暗中启发潜能。配音完声，体育播报，快速提升即战力，看见无限可能。快上 TVBS 官网。
季节改变的时候，诊所都会贴出珊瑚贴跟三角贴。所谓的珊瑚贴跟三角贴，就是利用最热性的中药，然后加上调制之后，然后贴在外面的皮肤，让这些热药经皮吸收，达到治疗的效果。那一般珊瑚贴就是找夏天最热的3天，就是夏至之后每10天一次；那三角贴就是找冬至之后每9天一次。这个就是我们整年的季节是找最热跟最寒的季节，通常都是选8月或9月珊瑚贴，12月或1月做3角贴。那整个月份来对病人的治疗的服务，这样让病人比较方便，而且得到的效果也是大约是一致的。那它的用法是，我们会把最热的热性的药物，例如细辛、白芥子、干姜打成粉。那加上有些会用药酒或者是水或者是姜汁调成药丸，贴在我们背部的几个穴道的皮肤，例如大椎、肩颈、膏肓、肾腧等。那这些贴一般是看病人的反应会不会过敏体质，大部分约贴差不多1个小时至2个小时。那它可以达到对病人的虚寒的体质很有改善。那最有效的疾病是过敏性鼻炎、气喘，还有慢性腹泻，手脚冰冷、怕冷、常感冒、经痛，还有一些虚冷。
Sure.
Here, they want to see you. Right here. I can see you.
辉达创办人黄仁勋一句玩笑话，简单明了。全台湾媒体关注的焦点就是他。6月4号才开幕的 Computex， 黄仁勋5月26号就抵达台湾。
Are you all going to be at Computex?
Yes.
I think I will come to Computex.
虽然早在3月预告，此行回台目的就是出席 Computex， 总是穿着黑色皮衣外套。此行回台造成黄仁勋旋风，更被冠上众多绰号：3兆男、黑衣男，屡屡被民众捕获，不是在吃美食，就是在寻找美食的路上。
Go to Tonghua night market. There's a fruit lady. And she has been working there for 43 years. Wow. And every time I come to Taiwan, I go see her. And she is so incredible. So go see her, okay?
黄仁勋喜欢用台味拔干净，连习惯晚上10点上床睡觉的昌中谋都陪着黄仁勋到宁夏夜市续摊。两人见证 AI 起飞的交情不言而喻。黄仁勋透露，要维持身材，面对美食只能克制自己的胃口，浅尝即止。5月31日，黄仁勋现身敦化南路上的台菜餐厅，宴请台湾 AI 科技产业链大佬。第一次造访的餐厅已经被纳入黄仁勋的美食地图当中。
Jensen's map?
Yes, delicious food map of you.
To do what? To eat. To eat? Oh, well, we need to put this on the roadmap.
杯空交错中，台湾的 AI 生态圈壮大成型，从黄仁勋辐射出去的同心圆，护国群山拔地而起。
I'm always investing in Taiwan. This is one of our most important countries, and of course, this is the beginning of our company's business because we build our wafers here.
Jensen 为什么会那么重视？他为什么会讲出台湾第一？我想这个都有它的一定的道理。
AI 就是会在那个先进的这个晶片制造以外，替台湾再创造一座叫做护国群山。
黄仁勋被网友们昵称国民干爹，遇见粉丝合照签名来者不拒，来台湾更喜欢爬爬照。6月1号现身台北大巨蛋开球，吸引超过26000位球迷同欢，一举打破终止纪录。黄仁勋讲话外形极具个人风格魅力，一头灰白发藏在眼镜后的瞳孔炯炯有神，都让粉丝为之疯狂。抢在 Computex 开展前的台大演讲，现场3000个座位，入场券更是一票难求。
他是一个有理想，然后愿意脚踏实地去执行。我觉得他很有台湾企业家的 DNA。
自己本身是做机器学习相关领域的，所以想要来看一下黄仁勋的演讲。
台湾人喜欢黄仁勋，不仅仅是他打开工业革命4.0，开创 AI 新纪元。
Welcome. Here you go. About my size. We have some friends to join us. So the future of robotics is here. The next wave of AI.
而是在这一波科技新浪潮中，把台湾摆在 C 位，放进讲稿中，大力宣传。
台湾是无名的英雄，确实世界的支柱。一起，我们推动了产业的复兴。
演讲内容肯定台湾是世界 AI 革新的后盾。黄仁勋更用行动证明，亲自到 Computex 为队友站台。
Hey, CC, Barry. Wow. Look at all these people.
这应该是史上参观人数最多的 Computex。除了科技巨头等着黄仁勋为台湾的 AI 产业注入新的活水源头，现场的粉丝更是挤得黄仁勋寸步难行。
Taiwan is the home of many of NVIDIA's technology partners. So our partners are very important to us, and very important to our company, and very important to the industry.
听在科技产业大佬耳里 ，AI 教父的这句话更像是一句叮咛：台湾需要把握住这次产业进化的机会，站稳人工智慧发展的起点，才能在这波 AI 新浪潮中立于不败之地。
Are we too serious by far? Because here I have 3 other questions proposed by young members of our team. They say, hey, these are the things that social media users would be really interested in, but they are more personal. It's about food and culture. Shall we try?
好.
Only 3, okay. It's easy. Number 1, what Taiwanese food that you usually cook at home? You cook at home?
We love cooking at home. Cooking at home is dinner time on the weekends is a very special time for me and for my family. It's
you
a good
or
time.
Lori who cook?
Well, both of us, if we can. Yeah. There's some dishes that I just don't know how to contribute, but with the kids growing up, we've always enjoyed deciding what to make, going shopping together as a family, buying all the ingredients, bringing it back, making dinner together, having a cocktail. It was always a perfect weekend times, and so dinner time and cooking always brings a lot of joy to me.
Number 2, still food. What kinds of Taiwanese food are your favorite?
Oh, it's just I think simple foods are my favorite. Yeah, 苍蝇头 is 苍蝇头 is
苍蝇头
yeah, 蛮好吃的.
It's very spicy. Yeah. I think it's everybody's curiosity. We've seen you really like to visit Taiwanese night markets. What attracts your interest so much in these night markets?
People are nice. They're working so hard, and they're trying to make a living, and it's nice to support them. When I was a child, I still have memories of going to the night market, and I enjoy the night market so much that I got my face cut at the night market.
Oh yeah, yes, you mentioned yesterday.
I have a big scar on my face because of the night market. But I always have wonderful memories of the night market, and my parents used to take us a lot, and somehow it's always had a real fond place in my heart, and of course the green mangoes are terrific, the fruit lady's fantastic, and so everybody works so hard, everybody's so nice, and they're trying to make a living. It's kind of nice to be there to support them.
Gladly, the good old days not just remain in memories.
Yeah, and I get to enjoy those memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was very surprised, to see Maurice Chang visiting night markets in the late evening with you on TV. I say, hey, we hardly see him appear in public this way.
I think it was Morris's first time at the night market.
Really?
Yeah.
So how did you persuade him to go there?
He wanted to go, and we had oyster fried pancakes, and we had some shave ice. Two great places, and he really enjoyed it. And mostly we just enjoy each other's company.
用 AI， 地球正面临极大困境之际，我们需要行动。
第8届全球华文永续报道奖
现正征件中，6月1号到6月30，让我们一起用文字、
影像、
声音的创意，携手为地球的永续努力。
详情请见官方网站。
会议值自动开机、自动关机。
戴上手表，荧幕亮起，不断有音乐作响，没多久又关机，根本没办法用。A 小姐控诉1124网购儿童智慧表给孩子用，2月初到货，但4月底不断开关机，定位也有问题。5月12送修，5月底送回还是没好。
这个 GPS 也不准，那后来又因为这个自动开机关机，就是它会有音乐，会吵到老师上课，所以就 也没办法带去学校。
A 小姐当时买这只表共花2275元，业者标榜台湾晶片、台湾保固，且加购保固3年，但送修客服要求付款回邮60，加上检测费300元，共360，但最后却说手表电池维修，所以检测费也不退。
之前大陆的那一只 APP 还要难用，所以就很怀疑，真的是台湾制造吗？还是别的来的？ 乱写的这样子，
用手表电池给大家做钢针刺穿测试电池。
业者测试影片机具都是检测，页面仍标榜台湾晶片，但没有独立官网。嘉菲表示，若接获申诉，会协助双方协调。卖家确实应该提供商品内容，说明相符商品及服务，避免争议。
一直开关机，那就真的是坏，真的是有。就是这个并不代表台湾晶片就一定是非常可靠。那然后消费者要选购的时候，我还是尽量建议大家选择比较有知名品牌啦。
当然认为台湾晶片分不同等级，效能有差，不代表手表就是台湾制造。GPS 定位干扰因素多，2000多价位智慧手表可选大厂牌，品质维修较有保障，避免花钱还买一肚子气。TVBS 新闻李文和曹正仁台北采访报道。
想看最完整的新闻内容，记得下载 TVBS 新闻网 APP。
国会针锋相对，全民关注立院，政党激烈交手，到底所争为何 ？TVBS 56频道全方位分析台湾目前政治现况。新政府与国会要给人民怎样的未来？新闻大白话，国民大会，少康战情室，最精准的民意调查，最及时的社会脉动。锁定 TVBS 56频道，国会风云随时掌握。
明天的约会行程我已经安排好，要不要看一下？
第一站餐厅，
因为我有免费的餐券。我们吃完中餐呢，就可以去骑个脚踏车，然后去放风筝。那如果还有时间的话，我们就可以去附近的2手市集逛逛，走路就到了。
怎么样？这样的行程
我 OK 啊，我从来没有过这样的小资约会，感觉很新鲜。
我绝对呢会给你一个难忘的体验，让你爱上这种高 CP 值的约会。
我起来。你今天很漂亮。
哦，谢谢，你也很帅。
谢谢。
不好意思，请问可以点餐了吗？哦，可以，我这里有2张套餐券。是。
怎么有一种酸酸甜甜的味道？
依照我的专业判断
，Sure。
Jensen, now last but not least, since NVIDIA has become the world engine to push AI revolutions moving forward, we'd like to hear your advice for everyone in this technology renaissance.
Well, this is a new beginning. This is a new beginning that we've been preparing for all along. And I would advise that, of course, the technology industries here are all in on AI. And I'm so happy to see that. All of our partners have so many new products. People know that NVIDIA is at a run rate of over $100 billion a year now. And we manufacture the vast majority of that here in Taiwan. So that growth opportunity, that engine, is going to benefit Taiwan. And so I think the companies here are really going to prosper in the AI revolution. On top of that, it's a reset of how software is created and what kind of software can be created. The companies all over the ecosystem here should jump on this opportunity because it's a reset. It's new. Nobody is further ahead as anybody else. However, the technology is moving very, very fast. And so I would advise that if your company does not have a strategy in AI, you must have a strategy in AI. If you were a student, if you haven't learned about AI, you should engage AI and try to learn something about it. If you're in computer science, of course, this would be a very important field. Robotics would be a very important field. So I would engage AI as quickly as you can because this is one of the most amazing technology revolutions in history and a great opportunity for prosperity in the future.
Jensen, thank you so much for sharing your precious time and wisdom with us.
Thank you so much.
Hope to see you very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have some present for you.
Oh my goodness.
Good food.
I have to say that your questions are thoughtful.
Wow,
and
that relieve all my pressures all around.
It's thoughtful, and you're conversational. And I thought you did a fantastic job. That was an excellent interview. I might become a fan and watch your interviews.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hope to visit you in North California.
斯究竟何时会停火？78人死亡，至少11.5万人无家可归。
身穿防弹衣，加州警方向示威者发射橡皮子弹。